7 clear signs that you might be dating someone who's wasting your time. Sign number 1. They avoid defining the relationship.
Now think about this. You've been talking for a while.
You're consistent.
You spend time together.
But the moment you ask, what are we?
Everything changes. They dodge it.
They laugh it off.
They say things like, let's not rush. Why do we need labels?
But here's the truth.
Taking things slow is not the problem.
Avoiding direction is.
Because when someone
genuinely sees a future with you,
they don't leave you
in confusion forever.
They might not have all the answers yet, but there's movement, there's clarity building
over time. Sign number 2.
Their effort is inconsistent.
One day they're all in, texting you, calling you,
making plans. Then suddenly,
they disappear. They go quiet.
They become distant. And now you're left wondering,
what changed?
Did I do something
wrong?
Are they just busy? It creates confusion.
And confusion
can keep you attached longer than clarity ever will. But real interest
is consistent. If someone only shows
up when it's convenient for them, then they're not
building something with you. Sign number 3.
They don't include you in their future.
Listen carefully to
how they talk about their life,
their plans, their goals,
their next step.
Do you hear yourself in it?
Or is it always, I want to travel, I plan to move, and somehow
you are never part of the picture? When someone is serious about you,
you show up in their future naturally.
Not forced,
not pressured,
just included. It doesn't have to be perfect or fully
planned out, but there's intention. So if you've been
around for a while
and they still talk
like they're completely on their own,
that's not a small detail.
That's a sign. And staying there means you're investing in a future
they don't see
with you. Sign number 4.
You're always the one initiating.
Let me ask you something. If you stopped texting, if you stopped calling, if you stopped making the effort, what would happen? Would they reach out, or would everything just fade?
Because in a real connection,
effort goes both ways.
It's not always equal every single day,
but it balances out.
But if you're always the one starting conversations, making plans, checking in, holding everything together, then you're not
in something mutual. You're maintaining it
alone.
And that gets exhausting.
The right person
doesn't need to be chased
or reminded of your
presence. They show up
because they want to.
Sign number 5.
They make promises
they don't keep. They say all the right things. I'll do better.
I'll make time for you.
Things will change. And for a moment, you believe them
because you want to, but then nothing happens.
No real change.
No real effort.
Just the same cycle over and over again. And slowly, you start holding onto who they could be
instead of who they actually are. But at some point,
you have to shift your focus
from words to actions.
Because if someone
keeps telling you
one thing and showing you another,
then the words are just keeping you
there. Sign number 6. The relationship isn't progressing. Not everything has to move fast,
but it should move
forward, growing, even if it's slow. More trust,
more understanding,
more commitment, something building. But if you look at where you are now
and where you were months ago,
and nothing has really changed,
then you're not growing.
You're stuck, repeating the same conversations,
the same patterns,
the same feelings.
And sometimes people stay in that space because it's not bad enough to leave, but it's also not good enough to stay.
And that middle ground is where time gets wasted the most. Sign number 7. You feel drained
more than fulfilled.
At the end of the day, your emotions will tell
you the truth.
So ask yourself, how do I feel? Most of the time,
do you feel calm,
secure, valued?
Or do you feel anxious, confused,
emotionally tired? Because yes, every relationship has challenges, but overall,
it should add to your life, not slowly take from it. If being with someone leaves you feeling worse more often than better, then that's not something to ignore.
That's something to face. If you recognized yourself
in any of these signs,
it doesn't automatically mean the person is a bad person, but it does mean this situation might not be right for you. And the longer you stay in something that isn't
aligned with what
you want, the more time you
lose.
Time you could be
using to grow, to heal, or to meet someone
who truly values you.
So don't ignore
The signs, don't explain them,
away
and don't settle
for confusion when clarity is possible.
If this spoke to you, take a moment, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone
who might need to hear this.